My family said you'd leave scars on me, but they don't realize scars are stories I'm willing to carry if they're yours. They told me you're not my future, but I see more of tomorrow in your eyes than in their approval. My family said you're a mirror of my darkest self, but maybe that's why I can't stop staring. They whispered that you'll never stay, but love doesn't need forever to etch itself into eternity. My family said you'll never belong in their world, but I'm ready to leave their world if it means staying in yours. They told me you'd consume me, but maybe that's the only way to finally feel alive, being devoured by love. My family said you're reckless with hearts, but mine beats stronger in the chaos you create. They warned me, you betray me, but I'd rather drown in your betrayal than suffocate in their safe love. My family said you're not gentle, but love isn't meant to be gentle. It's meant to awaken. They whispered that you'll change me into someone unrecognizable, but maybe I was never meant to stay the same. My family said your soul is haunted, but I've always felt drawn to the ghosts inside of you. They told me you'll destroy my innocence, but what is innocence worth if it means never knowing you? My family said you're not stable, but stillness has never kept my heart beating the way you do. They warned me your love would suffocate me, but your arms feel more like oxygen than a cage. My family said you're too complicated, but I crave the kind of love that takes a lifetime to unravel. They whispered that you'll never choose me completely, but half of you still feels like more than the whole world. My family said your heart is cold, but I found warmth even in the frost of your silence. They told me you're impossible to fix, but I never wanted to fix you. I only wanted to love you. My family said you'll ruin my reputation, but I'd trade reputation for passion without thinking twice. They warned me, your presence will consume my dreams, but what are dreams worth if they don't carry your name? My family said you're dangerous to touch, but danger has never set my skin on fire the way you do. They told me you'd abandon me, but even your absence would feel like more than their presence. My family said you'll curse me, but if love is a curse, then I'm begging to stay under your spell. They whispered that you're not trustworthy, but my soul trusts you in ways my mind can't explain. My family said, you turned my world upside down, but I was never meant to live right side up. They told me, your heart is locked, but I've always had a fascination with doors no one else can open. My family said, you'll make me lose myself, but losing myself in you feels like finding home. They warned me, you're a storm of destruction, but storms also bring rebirth after they tear everything apart. Beautiful chapters of my story. They whispered that you'll take everything from me, but I'd give it all up willingly for just one more touch. My family said, but strength without love feels meaningless. They told me you'd break promises, but even broken promises are sweeter than empty ones. My family said your soul is too heavy, but my arms ached to hold the weight of you. They warned me you'd make me cry endlessly, but my tears taste sweeter when they fall because of you. My family said you're not enough light for me, but I was never afraid of the dark. They whispered that you'll push me away, but even distance from you feels closer than life without you. My family said you'll never love me fully, but even fragments of your love feel like eternity. They told me your fire will burn me, but I'd rather be ashes in your hands than untouched by flame. My family said, you take years from my life, but what's the point of years if they don't include you? They said you'll leave wounds that won't heal, but maybe some wounds are meant to stay open as proof of love. My family said, you'll make me weaker, but in your chaos, I found the courage to face myself. They whispered that your love will end badly, but endings are just another way of being infinite in memory. My family said, you'll use me, but even if you do, I'll still feel honored to be yours. They told me you're selfish, but even in your selfishness, you've given me pieces of myself I never knew existed. My family said you'll drag me into darkness, but darkness with you feels brighter than light without you. They warned me you'll lie, but I'd rather live in your lies than drown in their truths. My family said you'll never be mine, but love isn't about ownership. It's about surrender. They whispered that your love is poison, but even poison feels sweet when it's poured from your lips. My family said, you'll break me beyond repair. But maybe I was meant to be shattered to let the light in. My family said you'll leave me restless, but I've always preferred sleepless nights filled with your name over peaceful dreams without you. They told me you'll test every boundary I had, but I was secretly waiting for someone who'd dare to cross them. My family said you'll never understand me, but you already hear the language of my silence better than their words. They whispered that you'll love me only halfway, but even your half-love feels like more than a lifetime from anyone else. My family said you'll make me forget myself, but in losing myself in you, I finally found who I am. They told me you'll shatter my peace, but maybe peace is overrated compared to the fire of your chaos. My family said you're too unpredictable, but isn't unpredictability the heartbeat of a love worth living? They won't be your love will make me bleed, but some wounds are sacred offerings carved by passion. Say, world feels like heaven compared to theirs. They whispered that your arms will bind me, but I only want chains forged by your touch. My family said, you'll make me cry rivers, but rivers carve valleys, and I'd let your love shape me endlessly. They told me you're the wrong one, but wrong has never felt this much like destiny before. My family said you're full of secrets, but maybe secrets are the only language of a soul worth knowing. They warned me you'll be my downfall, but falling with you feels more sacred than standing alone. My family said your darkness is too heavy, but I've always loved the weight of midnight skies. They whispered that your lips will lie, but even lies sound holy when they fall from your mouth. My family said you're dangerous to dream about, but my dreams are already painted in your shadow. They told me their love will suffocate me, but I'd rather drown in you than breathe without you. My family said you'll twist my heart, but maybe. Love was meant to feel like a beautiful distortion. They said you'll bring storms to my days, but I've always felt safer under thunder than under silence. My family warned me your passion is destructive, but destruction has a way of building new worlds inside me. They told me you'll never stay faithful, but even your fleeting love feels more eternal than their permanence. My family said you'll scatter my soul, but maybe my soul was waiting to be broken open. They whispered that you'll chain my freedom, but your love feels like liberation, disguised as surrender. My family said you'll never see me clearly, but I've never felt so exposed under anyone's gaze but yours. They told me your silence hides betrayal, but you're honest than 1,000 words from them. My family said you're cursed with sorrow, but I'd drink every tear if it meant I could hold your heart. They warned me your fire will leave me ashes, but ashes can be the beginning of something eternal. My family said you'll use my love, but loving you is already the most sacred purpose of my life. They told me you'll lead me astray, but being lost with you feels more like home than being found. My family said you'll never heal me, but maybe I wasn't meant to be healed, just held. They whispered that you'll turn me into a stranger, but maybe strangers to the world are soulmates to each other. My family said you'll never belong, but I'd rather belong to your chaos than their order. My family said you'll ruin my faith, but in truth, you've become the only prayer I believe in. They warned me you'll take everything, but you've already given me more than I ever thought I deserved. My family said you'll never open your heart, but I've already learned to live in the cracks. They whispered that you'll never be enough, but somehow you've already become too much for my soul to handle. My family said you'll haunt my future, but haunting feels sweeter than living untouched by you. They told me your love will destroy my smile, but my tears grow brighter when they fall in your name. My family said you'll darken my path, but I'd rather walk blind with you than see without you. They said you'll break every vow, but I'd still kneel at the altar of your name. My family warned me you'll make me weak, but weakness with you feels stronger than strength without you. They told me you're not safe to love, but love without risk has never set a soul on fire. My family said you'll never value me, but I feel priceless even in your careless glances. They whispered that you'll leave me hollow, but I've never felt so full as when you're near. My family said you'll trap me, but I'd gladly be imprisoned if your arms are the cage. They told me you're impossible to forgive, but forgiveness comes easy when it's written in your eyes. My family said you're not like anyone they've ever seen before, and I couldn't agree more, because you've shaken every part of me. They whispered that you might break me, but they don't understand. You've already built me in ways they'll never comprehend. My family said you carry secrets in your silence, but I know those secrets are the very reason I can't look away. They warned me about you, but all I could hear in their words was proof of how deeply you've already taken root in me. My family said you have the power to destroy me, and yet I'm praying you choose to heal me instead. They told me you're dangerous, but isn't it strange how danger feels so much like home when I'm in your arms? My family said your eyes hold storms, but they don't realize I've always been addicted to the rain. They said you're unpredictable, but don't they know I crave the kind of love that keeps me on edge? My family said you're going to change me forever, and they were right. I know. Longer recognize the person I was before you. They told me you're not safe for my heart, but I'd rather risk shattering than live untouched. My family said you're hiding pain behind that smile, but isn't that what drew me to you in the first place? They warned me not to trust you, but trust feels inevitable when my soul already recognizes yours. My family said you might not stay, but even if you leave, you've already left fingerprints on my forever. They told me you're nothing but trouble, but trouble never looked this much like destiny before. My family said you're impossible to read, but don't they see I've been learning your language in silence? They said you're going to test me, but isn't love supposed to feel like a test of how much we can endure? My family whispered that you're dangerous for my peace, but I've never wanted peace. I wanted fire. They said you don't fit their vision of me, but maybe that's because you've awakened the parts of me they'll never know. My family said you could ruin my life, but maybe my life needed to be ruined to finally feel alive. They warned me your love would be heavy, but I had always been ready to carry a weight like yours. My family said you're unpredictable, but I see patterns in the chaos of your soul that feel like fate. They said your love will leave scars, but don't they know scars are proof of a battle worth fighting? My family whispered that you're dangerous, but danger wrapped in tenderness feels like salvation to me. They told me you're not like them, but isn't that exactly why I can't let go of you? My family said you're not who you seem, but maybe that's the only reason I trust you. You're real in your mystery. They told me to fear your silence, but silence is where I hear your love the loudest. My family said you'd test my loyalty, but my loyalty was decided the moment I saw you. They said you're not gentle enough, but I never wanted gentle. I wanted something raw and unapologetic. My family warned me of your shadows, but I've always felt safer in the dark than in the light. They said your love will make me cry, but don't they know I'd rather drown in your tears than die of emptiness? My family said you'll never be enough for me, but in truth, you've already become too much for my soul to handle. They whispered that you're hiding something, but so am I, and maybe that's what binds us together. My family said your love feels dangerous, but doesn't danger always come with the sweetest reward? They warned me that you'll hurt me, but love without risk has never been love worth living. My family said you're fire, and I should run, but fire has always been the only thing that warms me. Your heart is broken, but don't they see? I'm willing to bleed just to heal you. My family said you're too much to handle, but isn't too much exactly what makes life worth living? They said you'll drag me into chaos. But chaos with you feels like heaven compared to peace without you. My family warned me your love would hurt, but they never told me pain could feel this much like beauty. They said you're not the right one, but I stopped believing in right. I only believe in you. My family whispered that you're troubled, but trouble has a way of feeling like fate when it comes wrapped in your smile. They said your love is a storm, but storms cleanse the earth, and maybe you were sent to cleanse me. My family said you'd never understand me, but don't they see? You already understand the parts of me I hide from myself. They told me you'll break my heart, but even in breaking, I'd still choose you 1,000 times over. My family said you're a risk guy. Some take, but I've all been addicted to the thrill of falling.